This is another recipe that we're making for the children.
Which I've changed, which annoys him to no end.
Because she won't leave it alone.
I
It
never
just keeps
do.
changing and changing. But anyway.
Cookies fluid.
So we're going to make chicken fettuccine Alfredo. This is going to be extra cheesy Alfredo sauce.
You can make the same exact chicken fettuccine Alfredo as I'm doing today. You don't have to put any of the vegetables in it if you don't want to. You don't have to use the cream cheese. But I like it because it gives it a little extra to it. Nothing wrong in that.
Because Alfredo sauce really is just butter, flour, and whipping cream.
And cheese.
And cheese.
Okay. Love you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. It's going to be that kind of night. So, garlic. Again, probably about 3 or 4 cloves necessary, but I like to use the whole bulb. If Mom will get my cuttings bag, and also throw all our scraps of the garlic and onion into the cutting bag, because, as we mentioned before, makes a great veggie or beef or chicken broth. So we just move all the scraps, all that. You can either do that or compost. Composting is also pretty awesome. We do that. Alright, so, but for now, I'll clean up that later so we can move on. My director is yelling at me. Alright.
No, she wasn't.
Again, just cut off that little rough part, give it a little squish. Some people use the flat of the knife. That looks something like this. Give it a cut, flat of the knife, pop it, same thing. Still does the same deal. And once you slice it one way, turn it, slice it the other. You got the rough cut done. Just go over any large chunks that you see, because nobody wants to bite into a big old hunk of garlic. Well, except me. I like it. It's all sweet, tasty.
Sweet?
Yeah, garlic's sweet. Yeah, especially if you put it on the grill or roast it. It's really sweet. It sweetens up just about anything. It becomes almost translucent, caramelizes. It's just delicious. So, that's that. I'll use the edge of my blade there. Onion. Again, I like to cut off the ends. There we go. That's done. Again, just peel. Peel, and if I wasn't trying to go fast, I'd be a little bit more careful and not waste so much, because we don't want to do that. And the other thing that you can sometimes add in a fettuccine Alfredo sauce, you don't have to, the garlic and the onion though, definitely recommended, is a few mushrooms. Same principle, even when you chop cut like that, your fingers act as the guide. These are already teeny, so this is really just for a little bit of flavor. Alright, and the mise en place is done.
My Big Bertha frying pan. I've got a little bit of oil. And so, reason for butter and oil. If you did just butter, it would brown too quickly and you'd end up with a lot of burnt. With the oil added to it, it makes it just right. Boom. Okay. We just want to get the garlic and onion. I like it almost caramelized at this point because it really gives a good flavor to the base of your sauce. And to that we're going to add lots of black pepper. Alright, some garlic powder. I know it seems like an excessive amount of garlic, but there's no such thing as too much garlic. a little bit of cayenne, only because it gives a nice little kick, and I'm a little worried because I never divulge all my ingredients, and I'm going to have to hear my husband complain that I'm putting cayenne in everything. A little bit of cumin. Again, there's something about cumin inside this sauce that makes it taste really good.
I don't complain.
And some onion powder. And then a little bit of nutmeg. Very tiny little bit of the nutmeg. A little bit of salt. And we're just going to let our vegetables cook down.
Alright, so I have been prepping the chicken while Mom was doing the Alfredo sauce. Just basically getting these ready to go on the grill. This is really cheap, just in a big old bag, frozen chicken breast. You can use nice stuff, but we use this. It's less expensive to feed a lot of people. And then I do what's called, well, not quite a butterfly. Butterfly is when you cut it and then unfold it so that it stays one piece, just flatter. It cooks faster on the grill. This one I'm just going to cut in half. So you're very careful with a sharp knife. Right down. And that creates two pieces approximately the same size, and it cooks faster. Now I'm going to have my lovely, lovely assistant. And because I have handled chicken, don't handle anything else. Notice it's a different board. This is my chicken board. Everything else gets cut on the brown board. Mom is going to put some salt.
And chicken is one of those pieces of meat that does need quite a bit of salt. There we go. Garlic powder. As if you can't tell, we do have a love for garlic in this house. Onion powder. And cracked black pepper.
Hello.
Okay, so now you can rub it in.
I give that a little kind of massaging it in, and then I turn them over so that my lovely, lovely assistant, don't tell my wife, will. Ooh, sharp stuff.
See, that was your wife. Well, we season on this side. Again, same spices. I could not even begin to tell you how much I put on each piece. It's all by eye. That's how I spice everything.
Salt is the one you really need to be careful of.
Yep. And as I'm told, cayenne, though I like cayenne.
I like cayenne too, it just doesn't go on anything. Like cupcakes, it just doesn't work.
I didn't put them on cupcakes.
You thought about it.
I have. Okay, there you go.
Alright, massage that in a little bit.
You could put it inside. I think you could put a little bit of cayenne inside of the frosting, and it would make it a little sweet and savory bite. But okay, I'm sorry.
Working with this is now ready to go out to the grill. And that's where we're going next. It is particularly important that you wash your hands before and after. Chicken is one of those things that you do not want to mess with. That's why I use a different board. You wash all surfaces that chicken has touched or come near, and you make sure to wash those hands for a good amount of time, because uncooked chicken can make you very, very sick. So, if you touch it, wash it. If it touches a table, wash it. Whatever you gotta do, treat it like, I don't know, something that is worthy of care, and it really is. You don't want to get sick. It tastes good, it tastes like chicken, but You don't want to eat it raw. Thank you.
Onions are just about where I want them. Not quite. So the secret for any gravy or sauce that you want thick is equal parts fat to flour. So if you're using 2 tablespoons of flour, you have to use 2 tablespoons of fat, whatever that fat source may be. In this case, I will use butter. So it'll be equal parts flour to butter. I've already put in approximately about 1.5 tablespoons of butter in here. To this, I will be adding in some flour in my onions. Now, I know that sounds a little weird, but it will be a nice way to thicken up the sauce and the flour cooks off. So I'm just going to sprinkle in about 1.5 tablespoons of flour, and then we're just going to stir this in. This is also the way I make gravies, jambalaya, just about anything.
Girl. Bam!
Do that.
So,
That smells good.
you can do the chicken in many ways. You can have individual pieces for each plate, or what we're going to do today, because of the pieces that we had are all irregular sized, we're going to cook them, and then we're going to cut them into stripes, and then put them in the sauce. So it's critical not to overcook our chicken this time. We want to make sure we hit 165 right on the button, put them in, and then slice them and put them in the sauce real quick so they finish cooking. That'll happen soon. Okay, that little guy is going to fall right through the grates, but I'll put him there because you told me to. But there he goes. Bye-bye. Look, oh my God.
And wouldn't if you rescue him? Rescue
How am I going to rescue?
Rescue him!
It's not.
Rescue!
It's not.
Oh, see.
No, he's gone. He's in hell.
You had done it this
I'm sorry. It's safe. It's Hades.
Poor cheeky.
I'm moving to silence. I'm done.
Here is I've cubed up about 1/2 brick of cream cheese, and I've added that to my pan. It's slowly getting softer and melty. Once it starts to soften, to that all I'm going to do is add my heavy cream. I have turned my heat down to about medium-low at this point. I'm going to allow the cheese to start melting, the cream to start heating up, and then I will add my Parmesan cheese to it. See you when I get to that step. Now to this I have added the mushrooms because I forgot beforehand to add the mushrooms. And we are going to add a little bit more seasoning to it, a little bit more pepper to it. I'll taste it, see how the salt is, and season each layer. And if it gets a little too thick, you just add a little bit more heavy cream.
Alright, time to check the chicken. Oh, it's feeling nice. Oh, that's looking pretty. That's looking real pretty. Again, we're just trying to get it right to the 165. I'm probably going to turn this down a little bit. You can also poke it and feel that it is starting to become a little bit firmer, and that means it's getting closer and closer to done. So I'm going to turn the heat down all the way to low, cover it, and then I'm going to break out my thermometer here in a second and check temps.
I have re-seasoned. I even added a little bit of hot sauce. That's between you and I. Don't tell nobody. And in turn, now I'm going to add my Parmesan cheese. And it's not coming out fast enough, so we're going to go to the other side. And throw that in. Now, little note. If you are using really good Parmesan cheese, it cannot be used for thickening. However, the cheap jar cheese does thicken your sauce. keep that in mind. If it gets too thick, you can add a little bit of water to dilute it, a little bit of wine, a little bit of stock. Any of those things work. And that's it. This is our Alfredo sauce for tonight's dinner. And according to Alexis and Damiano, it tastes delicious.
Come on, and grab my tongs, stick it into the meatiest end there. 153, 154, 156, getting really close there. Some of these are probably already done. Let's check this guy. Oh yeah, he's done. 190, that's overcooked, but that's why we're not chefs. 170, that's good. That's going to be a good piece right there. We'll cut these into strips, just to make sure. 163, 164, bingo, 165. That one's going to be perfect. Alright. Check this guy again, just to be sure. And, oh, there's the 166. It just took a few more minutes. This thing goes fast. That's going to be perfect. Alright. Again, I don't put them back on the original board until I wash it, because it's chicken. Anything that raw chicken touches, you wash it before you use it again. Now, we're in to cut these things into strips, add them to our sauce, and we'll be eating in just about 5 minutes. Yay! Let's pull them off the grill. I have washed my board thoroughly. And again, this is chicken only. This is all I do on this board. And I have washed my knife. And then we're just going to cut these into nice strips along the grain of the meat. Oop, hello. And that will give us nice long cuts. This is hot, by the way. So, yeah, test of manhood or womanhood, whatever. I don't want to be sexist. But, bam! Take the pain. Ow, that hurts a lot. More. Alright, again, let me find the grain here. There it is. Boom. Cutting into strips. And this is just really, really inexpensive freezer bag. Cooking for a big family, because we have a big family. And if you like, you can use more choice cuts, higher quality product, and you will get even a higher quality of meal. This is all about cooking on a budget, because that's how we started. 2 kids with a whole lot of kids and hungry. Alright, so moving over to the sauce.
No, I saw this is out.
We will take out a little bit of sauce because my youngest daughter is a vegetarian, and so we will not add our chicken to the sauce until some has been separated for her meal, because my lovely wife is so thoughtful. Alright, so now we will add this directly into the sauce, which is why it was key not to overcook, because it's going to cook a little bit more in this hot, warm sauce. And this will be poured over our beautiful fettuccine noodles, which are living next door.
Dinner's done. This is our finished dish. This is the Mediterranean one, not the vegetarian one. Very simple, delicious. You could serve it with salad, side of bread. Got a whole meal for the family.